Alright guys, welcome to today's match prediction, Champions League match prediction. We need to kick off as quick as possible because we are close to the first fixture of this game. So we'll be dealing on the focus theme as usual on this fixture. And we'll also be doing a post-match analysis after the games. And we'll also be doing, before the game, we'll do the PlayStation predictions for the key matches that we have a pair with the major themes that we always focus on, either La Liga and also Premier League. So let's kickstart and see the fixtures we have and also deal with the predictions that we have for each of them. So the first one we have is Arsenal against Leverkusen. The second one is Barcelona against Newcastle. Third one is Chelsea against PSG. Liverpool against Galatasaray. Man City against Real Madrid. And last but not the least, Tottenham against Atletico Madrid. So we'll be doing our analysis on these fixtures. So just let's kickstart and see what we have for each of them. So the first we have is Tottenham versus Atletico Madrid match prediction. Tottenham Hotspur hosts Atletico Madrid for the second leg of the UEFA Champions League round of 16 on Wednesday 18 March 2026. So Tottenham faced a significant challenge after losing the first leg 5-2 at Riyadh Air Metropolitano on 10th March. To advance, to Spurs must overcome a 3-goal deficit against Diego Simeone's side. So this match will be taking place at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, London. Currently, the scoreline aggregate is Atletico Madrid 5, Tottenham 2. So, checking the recent form for this, Tottenham managed a late 1-1 draw against Liverpool at Anfield in their last match. Conor Gallagher virus and Dominic Solanke minor injury are listed as doubts. So while Richarlison is suspended. So, but on the side of Atletico Madrid, they head into the return leg after a victory over Getafe. Julian Alvarez has been their standard performer, contributing to 10 goals in this Champions League campaign. So, including 2 in the first leg. So, in terms of head-to-head, this season marks the first time these two teams have met in the UEFA Champions League. Wow. So historically, their most famous encounter was the 1963 Cup Winners' Cup final, where Tottenham won 5-1 to secure the trophy. So looking at both teams, the dates, they played 10th March 2026, UEFA Champions League, last 16, first leg. The result was Atletico Madrid 5-2. Atletico Madrid. So on the 29th of July 2016, on International Champions Cup, Tottenham, the game was won by Atletico Madrid by 1-0. Then in 15th May 1963, European Cup Winners' Final, Tottenham won by 5-1. So that is what these fixtures, the head-to-head has been for both of these teams. So we'll see what the next one gives. But at the moment, we know it's actually a mountain to climb for Tottenham. But it's football, anything can happen in football. But we know Tottenham are actually struggling this season. They're even struggling with relegation. So you can imagine. So a team struggling in relegation playing against a third team in La Liga table to overturn a 5-2 deficit. So it's actually a mountain to climb for for Tottenham. But their previous game will be a boost for them. Their previous Premier League game is actually what they are bringing, what they are taking into this fixture. So with our analysis, we're also looking at the possibility of this game to be a draw because there's nothing to struggle about on the side of Atletico Madrid. We're looking at Atletico Madrid winning 2-1 or a draw 1-1. So we move to the next one. The next one is another mountain to climb. Yeah. Manchester City versus Real Madrid match prediction. So Manchester City is the heavy favorite to win tonight's match at the Etihad Stadium. But they face a monumental task to advance in the UEFA Champions League after a 3-0 first leg deficit. So, yeah, the match prediction for this one, it favors Manchester City victory on the night with a common prediction scoreline of 2-1. So, same thing, Manchester City because of home advantage for them to win, but unfortunately not to go through. So despite the predicted match loss, Real Madrid is overwhelmingly expected to progress to the quarterfinals due to their 3-goal cushion. So historically, Real Madrid had advanced in all 35 previous European ties where they won the first leg by 3 or more goals. So it's a custom. So an open eye scoring game is anticipated as City must chase goals. Betting experts also have the 2.5 goals and both teams to score, which is the possibility of our own side of predictions. In terms of Manchester City, with the current news, Pep Guardiola's side has struggled recently, winning only one of their last 4 matches. However, they have remained a fortress at home, currently unbeaten in 14 matches at the Etihad. So on the side of Real Madrid, Federico Valverde enters in sensational form, having scored 5 goals in his last 3 appearances, so including a first leg hat-trick. Yeah, so we're looking at key returns like Kylian Mbappe is fit and traveled with the squad, though Jude Bellingham is expected to miss the match. Yeah, Bellingham is expected to miss the match. So this fixture will be a very tight one for Manchester City, but we'll see. Like as usual, the possibility is football. So Manchester City still have some struggle. You know, they're struggling in this season and in their Premier League table. So for them to overturn this, playing against the cultural Champions League team, which is Real Madrid. Playing Real Madrid in the Champions League is different from playing them in another tournament. So it's actually a mountain to climb. But there's possibility of football happening. But we know what Real Madrid can bring. So if they can beat them in such margin in Santiago Bernabeu, you can now, without Mbappe, now you can imagine Mbappe joining them in this fixture. His return will actually boost them more to actually do a lot with their chances, because in as much as they were also clinical, they were also good in terms of finishing in the first leg, but Mbappe will make things easy for them. They're actually not going to sit back in this fixture. They will go to finish it up. The Real Madrid I know, they don't defend. So Real Madrid only sit back a bit when they play against Barcelona. So, but I'm seeing them not sitting back, playing their normal game and frustrate Man City. But we know what Man City are struggling with. So the next one we have is a very interesting one, a balanced game. Liverpool versus Galatasaray match predictions. Liverpool hosts Galatasaray in the second leg of their UEFA Champions League round of 16 tie on Wednesday, 18 March 2026. So The Turkish side holds a 1-0 aggregate lead after winning the first leg in Istanbul last week. So So with the recent forms and team news on the side of Liverpool, the Reds are coming off a disappointing 1-1 draw against Tottenham. They must win by at least 2 goals to progress in regulation time. So, or by 1 to force extra time. So, Joe Gomez is a doubt after missing training, while Ibrahima Konate has been dealing with hamstring discomfort. So, on the side of Galatasaray, the Turkish leaders enter in peak form with 5 consecutive wins, most recently beating Istanbul Başakşehir 3-0. They will be without the suspended Davinson Sanchez. So in terms of head-to-head, Galatasaray has dominated the meetings this season, winning both the league phase encounter and the first knockout leg. So historically, they have a surpassing edge over the Premier League side. So checking the competitions, UEFA Champions League, as we know, round of 16, date 10th March 2026 at Rams Park. Galatasaray won 1-0 against Liverpool. Another phase, UEFA Champions League phase, 30th September 2025 at Rams Park. They also won 1-0. So UEFA Champions League group stage on the 5th of December 2006 at Rams Park at home, they won Liverpool 3-2. So another on the group stage, 27th September 2006 at Anfield, Liverpool won 3-2. UEFA Champions League group stage, February 26, 2002 at Rams Park, they drew 1-1. And also UEFA Champions League stage, 20th February 2002, they also drew 0-0. Liverpool playing at home at Anfield. So this fixture is actually open. It's a balanced game and it's very difficult to predict, you know. But for me, I'll go with my heart. Our prediction for this is for Galatasaray to go through. We'll see Galatasaray winning this one by 2-1 or 1-0. It will be very, 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 very tight. Very, very difficult. Yeah, no disrespect to Liverpool playing at Anfield, but I just think there's this thing about Liverpool that they are losing this season. There's just this flavor that is missing in Liverpool. So, but Galatasaray, at least let them have a taste, you know. It's been long. I don't even think they've reached the stage where they are or where they are about to climb in terms of their football history. So it will be beautiful to see them progress. So being an African, I would love the African players in the Galatasaray team also to have a taste of an advancement when it comes to the Champions League. So that's my take. So the next one is Barcelona versus Newcastle match prediction. Barcelona are a strong favorite to win the second leg of their Champions League round of 16 tie against Newcastle United, with many predictions, but our own predictions are 2-1 Barcelona or 3-1 Barcelona for the Catalan Giants. So yeah, this tie is currently level at 1-1 following a dramatic first leg at St. James Park, where Lamine Yamal rescued Barcelona with a 96-minute penalty. Barcelona enters the return leg at the Spotify Camp Nou with a formidable home record, having won 15 successive home games and scoring 50 goals in that span. So we're looking at the possibility of Barcelona winning this one. So the team news, we have key players for Barcelona: Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Robert Lewandowski. Then for Newcastle, the key players we have Anthony Gordon, Alvaro Banes, and Sandro Tonali. So injuries out. We have for Barcelona, Christensen, Kounde, Balde, De Jong, and Gavi. Then for Newcastle, we have Guimarães, Shah, Kraft, and Mile. So in terms of the status and standing, La Liga leaders won 4 straight league games, and Newcastle recently beat Chelsea 1-0 in the Premier League. So when we check the head-to-head history, Barcelona have dominated the historical match-up with 4 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in 6 previous competitive meetings. So their last meeting at St. James Park earlier this season ended in a 2-1 win for Barcelona. So that's what we're looking at this fixture. We know Barcelona, what they can bring. So Barcelona will definitely win this one. We know football happened, but not in Camp Nou, in Champions League. No, I think Newcastle were able to frustrate them with physicality and also pressing because they were playing at home. And we know what Barcelona have been going through when it comes to struggling with the La Liga table. They are top in the table. So a lot of some little issues of fatigue and all that. But now they are coming into this fixture with a great motivation. Yeah, winning their previous game by 5-2. So, and having some of their players in injury coming back. So it's actually going to be a boost. And playing at home against Newcastle, it will be very difficult for Newcastle to steal this one. But we know, we're looking at that prediction of 2-1 or 3-1 Barcelona. But I think the 3-1 is strong. Is going to be a very strong 3-1 because obviously at home they usually dominate. They usually dominate. So it's going to be a dominating game for Barcelona. I don't think Newcastle will be able to replicate what they did in Newcastle in this fixture. So Camp Nou is intimidating and is where Barcelona always play the best of their football. So I'm seeing Barcelona going through on this one. So we will see how it goes. Football is football. Yeah. So the next one, Arsenal versus Leverkusen. Match prediction. Yeah. Arsenal versus Bayern Leverkusen match prediction. Very, 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 very interesting one. Arsenal and Bayern Leverkusen are set to face off tonight, Tuesday, 17th March 2026, in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League round of 16. The tie is currently balanced after a 1-1 draw in the first leg at the Bay Arena on 11th March. So, just a little recap of the first leg. The first leg was a tightly contested affair where Leverkusen took the lead through a Robert Andrich goal from a corner just after half-time. Arsenal secured an equalizer in the 89th minute when Kai Havertz converted a penalty won by Noni Madueke against his former club. Wow. So historically, Arsenal has the upper hand in terms of head-to-head in competitive European meetings, remaining unbeaten in their 3 Champions League encounter. So yeah, checking the head-to-head on 11th of March 2026 in UEFA Champions League, Bayern Leverkusen, Arsenal 1-1. On 7th of August 2024, club friendly, Arsenal won Bayern Leverkusen by 4-1. Then on the 27th of February 2002, UEFA Champions League, Arsenal won Bayern Leverkusen by 4-1 again. Then on the 19th of February 2002, UEFA Champions League, Bayern Leverkusen drew Arsenal 1-1 in that fixture. So that was what happened. But our prediction for this game is Arsenal. We're looking at Arsenal winning this one by 2-1 or 3-1. Yeah, Arsenal are in top form and playing at home. Is going to be a very strong home advantage, and they are coming into this fixture with great confidence and great motivation. So, but I still believe this game on the side of Arsenal is a game that will be influenced by the coaching. Yeah, it's a game that they're actually going to win on the side of the coach decision in this fixture. But I believe they have what it takes to win Leverkusen, because for them to have 1-1, I wasn't expecting it. I thought they were going to lose in Leverkusen, but for them to be able to have that 1-1 or reduce the goal score to just 1, while in Leverkusen, I believe in their home game, they're definitely going to dominate and win decisively. So we are tipping Arsenal to win this one by 2-1 or 3-1. So Arsenal will take this one. They're in top form. It will also boost them. But if Arteta makes any mistake on this one, it may break the heart of Arsenal. But I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing that as a 10% possibility. Yeah, I'm seeing as 10% possibility, but they are in good shape. They are in good shape. They have all what it takes to go all the way. So we'll see what happens on this one, if football will also happen. Yeah. Then another interesting one. Chelsea versus PSG match prediction. For the Champions League round of 16, second leg on 17th March 2026, the prediction for this game, Chelsea, it's actually going to be a high-scoring game. Chelsea may win on the night, but fail to overturn their 5-2 aggregate deficit. So with Chelsea as slightly favourite to win the individual match at Stamford Bridge, PSG are heavily favored to progress to the quarterfinals. Yeah. So the score prediction for this, we're looking at 2-2 draw, or Chelsea win 2-1. A narrow 2-1 win, or a possibility of a coaching scenario. PSG may win this one by 3-1. But that is very, very, very rare decision. First decision 2-2, second 2-1, possibility of PSG winning 3-1. So the mountain to climb. Chelsea must overcome a 3-goal deficit after a late collapse in Paris last week. So PSG coming to this match well rested after their weekend League 1 fixture was postponed. Chelsea conversely suffered a draining 1-0 loss to Newcastle on Saturday. Yeah, so Robert Sanchez is expected to start for Chelsea as Philip Jorgensen is sidelined with a groin injury following a difficult first leg performance. Yeah, so despite the lead of PSG, PSG have only kept 2 clean sheets in their last 7 matches, suggesting Chelsea will find opportunities to score. Yeah, so in terms of head-to-head, on the 11th of March 2026, Champions League, as we know, PSG won Chelsea by 5-2. On the 13th of July 2025, FIFA Club World Cup, Chelsea won by 3-0. On the 9th of March 2016, Champions League round of 16, PSG won Chelsea at Chelsea's home 2-1. So yeah, that is what we see. So looking at the probability, we're looking at the possible lineup for this fixture. Sanchez, Gusto. For Chelsea, we're looking at Sanchez, Gusto, Fofana, Chalobah, Cucurella, Santos, Caicedo, Palma, Enzo Fernandez, Pedro, Neto, João Pedro. So for the one of PSG, you're looking at Safonov, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacho, Mendes, Zaire Emery, Vitinha, Neves, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele and Bakola. So this fixture, that's what we think is going to happen, but it's actually a mountain to climb for Chelsea. But we'll see how it goes. I think it has to do with great discipline. There's possibility it's possible for them to turn it around. They've done it before in the Club World Cup. They did it. They scored a goal up to 3-0. So if they put their heads, raise their heads high and focus, they can turn it around. Thanks for watching.